Okay, so I was really excited for this package, but unfortunately I recorded the entire video and then the camera crashed. So I lost the entire video that I just did. So now I have to redo it going backwards through everything. But the thing that took the longest was to get off all her freaking plastic. But yeah, let's go through it backwards then. So here are the instructions right off the bat. And one thing that's interesting is they really didn't say that you get two of these on the box. Like, it probably says it, but in the pictures it does a very bad job of explaining that. So that kind of sucks. But you get two of the little butterfly stuff, a good amount of hand gestures, which is really nice. But overall, I feel like she's missing. I feel like she's missing something more in this. And me personally, I kind of wish you could have got like either like a chemistry set or chemistry something, which would be cool because I mean that's what she mostly deals with. Either that or like a small wisteria plant or like a vine from it. That would have been freaking sick. But yeah, we don't get that at all. And then interestingly enough, it tells me about like these shrinking parts, right? But th- like it doesn't come with an extra one. It just comes with what it comes with already. And so this is just explaining it. But like I thought at first it might come with one, but it doesn't. So yeah, tossing that to the side and going straight for Shinobu. Overall, I think she looks really good. And something was wrong with mine. Her joint is like crooked. It's not it's not like up and down. It's like sideways for some reason on this joint. Okay, it looks a bit better. But I think she looks really good. I think what they nailed on it for me is her face. Her facial expression looks really good, and like her side profile looks really good. Like that looks perfect. Like that feels exactly the same, in my opinion, to like the anime, the show. I feel that's really good. The pattern on her back, on her little not kimono, but her I keep want to say kimono, but it's not. Her like little kind of cover up that she wears. Not a, I don't even think a happy either. I don't know, but forgot the words. But yeah, I think it looks really good. The colors are really vibrant. The gradient looks great. Her butterfly on the top of her head looks really good. The detailing on that's very good. It's probably like a water slide or something like that, something simple. But I think it looks really good. All that going on for her looks great. I think the colors are right. The lighting is right. The style overall in general looks good. One thing that's really interesting is how her kimono, her her overcoat thingy can bend like this, and I didn't notice. I thought this entire piece was gonna be stiff like that, but doing that gives it a downwards doesn't have a good amount of range, but upwards has a good amount of range. So you can get some you know, pretty creative look to it, and definitely Shinobu has some very interesting parts in that aspect because this like really big disc joint, really haven't seen that at all, and her like top right here looks a little awkward, but it's all right. It doesn't look too bad. It's easy to ignore, I guess. But her pants look good going down, and I mean, there's like a double joint right there as well too, so that's a good amount of movement. And her leg already like popped off on me, so it's very loose in that hip area joint that they have right here going, and even her midsection like has another joint right there as well, which isn't very common for a lot of the Figmas that I have had. Maybe some other ones have it, but not so much the ones I had. But her like wraps on the bottom of her legs look really good, and she even has the bows on the back, which is really cool. And they look very clean. It's a very clean lineup and everything to it too as well. So to me, she looks very good and very accurate. I mean, I know the Buzz mod is pretty much like the competition, and the Buzz mod kind of easier to not to understand, easier to kind of move around because the main body has the the uniform, right? But then the top, the cover up, the little cover up thing that they have is an actual fabric one. So it's a mixed media figure, which is really cool. But I want to have the Figma so I can have all my Figmas matching. So that's why I didn't get the Buzz mod. I got this one. So I'm happy that Figma was able to get their hands on this figure for me and do it, I guess. So anyways, yeah, luckily, did I lose it? Oh, luckily she does have a spare joint, which is nice. And you can see right here are all her hands. I'm not going to take them out because I don't want to lose them right now, but again, a good amount of hands. I remember Link, when I opened up my Link had a good amount of stuff like this. And then there's the standard Figma plate, I mean not Figma plate, Figma arm, and then here's the jumbo kind of more bigger Figma plate, which is really nice, so that way you can display her with her butterfly effect things. And the butterfly effect things are really cool. I really like them. They're pretty similar to the Aniplex. figure I got, the one that she's like doing a backflip and like these butterflies are like picking her up and like flipping her over and stuff. Really cool effect. These are really similar to that in the sense that they're a gradient, they're clear. You know, unfortunately, I think it kind of sucks because they're a mirror of each other, which is, you know, easy to make, but it's, I mean, if you want them to be the same, like how they have it in the picture, like in the same, it's cool. But I don't know. I kind of wish there was like one big one and one small one, or something, just so I can move them around and do different stuff with them to give it a different effect. You know, symmetric, like being symmetrical is really cool, and I know like my OCD will thank me later for it. But having a different like offset would be nice. It'd be something different, of course. Oh yeah, here's her extra arms. These little more like ball and socket joint kind of things. These two arms are what hold the butterflies up for her, which is really cool and a good amount of stuff, you know, to be happy about in this figure. And so here are her face plates, the happy smiley one, and then a little bit more like smug, scary, like if you see her with that face, you better start running kind of thing. I'm gonna swap it real quick. So to me personally, Shinobu is like my favorite, one of my favorite characters. I really don't care for like Love Pillar and like a lot of the other Hashiras. I don't know, I feel like they're way too played out as a character, but Shinobu playing into the fact that she is quick and like smart with like her stuff, I think that's really cool. Her she looks a little goofy. I'm trying to fix her. Oh, I didn't even realize her neck has a joint as well. So I think like her being able to like use the poison to help her out to her advantage is really cool because she's not that strong at all. So I'm happy that she's at least somewhat different, which is really cool. Oh yeah, I'll fill it out later. So here is her sword, and of course I think Figma always does really good in swords. So I feel like it's very accurate, you know, and I freaking love how it looks. The glossiness to it looks really good, and the metallic paints look really good. I mean, they're a little bit more dull and not like super shiny, foily, which is nice, because you know, it has that metallic look to it without overdoing it and looking cheesy or like tacky, you know. And it is pretty sharp too. It is pretty pointy, which is nice. But I mean, you could see how her blade is more of like a scalpel kind of tool, or like a needle, a very fine needle, which is really cool. The writing on the bottom, you could see it, the Tusaba, the handguard. You could see the little flower in it and everything, which is really nice. It's a very solid, a very, very solid sword. And I freaking love the design of the sword. I know it's simple, but I think it's such a cool design. And here is the cover that she would wear. I didn't realize it, but she has the curve of it is pointing like up or outwards, because I thought most of them were down to help you when you pull out the sword to slice, but I guess she wouldn't need it because she's not slicing you, she's stabbing you, which is something I didn't notice before, you know. And even in the picture, you could see it's the bow of it, like the bend of it is downwards. Anyways, so there's that, and then this does pop off, so that way you could have both the where it's sheathed and unsheathed or whatever, which I think is really cool and very dangerous because these things are very easy to break. But besides that, that is pretty much everything. I didn't cover, like, you know, I got the sandwich bag too. I think the sandwich bag feels different. It feels higher quality, or unless, I don't know, it feels higher quality for some reason, the sandwich baggie. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Everything you get with it, I feel like it would be nice if she would have came with like a like, what's it called, a chemistry like little kit thingy, or like the wisteria plant or something. Like even just like a wisteria leaf would have been nice. Because I mean the DX, well not the DX, this, some places claim too that this was a DX, but it wasn't. The box does have a sleeve. This is the sleeve, and the box is over here. And again, my freaking camera like crashed and I deleted the photo, I mean the video. But yeah, so it's really cool. I feel like the box looks freaking great, having the sleeve on it and everything to match with the other DX editions that came out for like Tanjiro Nezuko and them. Oh my gosh, stop it. And then was really cool and whatnot. But yeah, I think overall she looks great. Wish she would have came with like one more accessory, but I think she looks freaking good. And she's like one of my favorite characters by far. I think she's so cool. So let me put this on her and see how she looks. Yeah, there we go. There we go. But tucking this in on the side. There we go. So yeah, I think she looks really good, and sorry about my camera being absolutely horrible today. I don't know. It has good days, it has bad days, but I think she looks great. For me, her face looks really good, and that does make or break it a lot for figures for me. There's been a couple like Miku figures I really liked, but the face was just way too off for me. So yeah, that's all I got for this one. So thanks for watching.